Jayson Tatum and the Celtics will look to upset the Nets in our ABC primetime game at 8 o'clock. After a tough season for Boston, Tatum dropped 50 in their play-in tournament win against the Wizards. That caught all kinds of attention.
You know, I felt like he had some blinders on and just focused in on developing and continue to grow as a player. And, you know, that's why I admire the most from afar. But he's learning more and more about NBA defenses. And as a young guy, he's been through so much already. So he's only going to get smarter. So, you know, I think at this point, you know, people have thrown everything at him. And, you know, he's handling it pretty well.
All right, well, Katie will get to admire him up close and personal in this series. Both Kevin Durant and Jayson Tatum scored early and often in their playoff careers. Durant is one of 4 players in league history to score at least 1,000 career points in the postseason at or before 23 years old. Tatum needs just 75 points this year to join that group. That also includes Kobe Bryant, Tony Parker, and LeBron James. Meanwhile, again, we can't really say it enough, but the big 3 for the Nets have only been able to play in 8 games together total. They are 6-2 during those games, and obviously we are so looking forward to seeing them all on the court throughout the playoffs. But if you had to single out one of the big 3, Katie, Harden, or Kyrie, who would be the one that has to show up during the postseason for them?
Kevin Durant. And here's what's going to happen. The 5s for each team are not going to be responsible for getting offense, getting post-ups or whatever. So when you look out on the floor, it's primarily going to be like a 6 and under game. The difference is going to be KD because he's 6'11", and he's going to be the guy that all of a sudden Kyrie's going to be going back and forth with Marcus Smart, and we're going to be having fun, and Kemba's going to be going back and forth with James Harden, and we're going to be having fun. And we'll be like, hold on, like, who's going to guard KD?
Nobody.
That's what I'm talking about, and that's why he's the most important net in this series.
You know, I would agree with you on KD. Obviously, James Harden is the maestro. He unlocks his team. But I just don't want to sleep. Everybody always talks about all the things that happen off the court for Kyrie. Just call him 50, 40, 90. You know how hard it is to do 50, 40, 90 in an NBA season with the load that he produces offensively? I do think in isolated situations, when you need a bucket, Kyrie is one of the most brilliant there is in the game. And he also helps to make it easier offensively on both KD and James Harden.
I mean, the way these Nets have been built, there is no singular pressure on any of those 3 players. Having 3 dominant offensive performers as they do, you're going to see nights throughout the playoffs where you're going to see different players carry the load, you know, and then beyond the big 3, you know, Joe Harris can go out and put up big numbers for you. This is a team that was built so that there isn't that pressure on Durant, on Harden, on Irving, and that's what's going to make them so difficult to beat in the playoffs.
Just want to say, when we played with the Bulls, when we came back and we played the Indiana Pacers, do you know who was lit for that game? Do you know who was ready for that game? This man right here.
Absolutely.
Ready to play your your old team that you played for. You don't really agree with how things went down. This game is going to be personal. This series is going to be personal for Kyrie Irving.
And he's going to be ready to show them that he the one that got away. Because instead of him being a part of a big 3 in Boston, he's now part of one with the Nets.
I don't think he has to show them. They knew it. They knew it when he left.
He's shown them all season long.
It's not been a mystery.
The house is clear.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.